The show was about these kids going to college, and so it was a 4-year experience. And so the end of it, especially the last scene, was very much like a college experience where you've been with these people for 4 years, and at the end, it's very bittersweet, and you love them, and you're really happy you got this time, and you know that whatever's coming next is going to be exciting and interesting, but you're just going to miss them desperately.
Thank you. Hello, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? It's time for the best man toast. So everybody, get out of my way. Thank you.
A lot was put on me that last shot because we had the entire cast there, and Lawrence Trilling, who directed, said, "Okay, Greg, here's the mic." And by the way, Matt Reeves was there and JJ was there. They were all there behind the camera, and I was actually giving a toast. That was my character was giving a toast. Well, meanwhile, they said just do the toast as written. And then they said that they were just going to show, because the last shot is just showing the reaction to everybody laughing the same way they did in Diner.
It was a different episode to put together, too, in a certain way, because when we were doing that scene and looking at that scene, it was like we knew that those reactions were not the reaction to, oh, look, Scott Foley's character is getting married, but this is goodbye. And basically Greg saying all these very touching things to everybody and what it meant to him to have been with all these people all this time, and it was like everybody felt that way. So putting it together was very emotional.
It takes place at a wedding, so there was, that natural thing of, you're at a wedding and you could cry. So people were, and I was like, wow, it looks really good because people are, this really happy, but it was kind of, it was sad. And I just instantly homesick. I was like, I don't want to leave this.
I just remember being so sad to say goodbye to everyone. I mean, watching that, looking at Mandy, and I just love all those people.
I feel that, in a way, I'm married to Noel. I mean, we spend so much time together. We live together, we work together, and I truly love him. And Zoe, where are you? There you are. I just have to say that if your marriage is anything like our, marriage, physically, then you're going to have a great time. Because this guy, seriously, no kidding.
He actually started in character with it for a take or two, and it wasn't really very emotional, and so then I just went over to Greg and said, listen, just say something from your heart. Just speak about the experience of what it's been to be on this show, and the appropriate response from these people will seem like appropriate for the wedding, but we'll also have a double meaning for the audience because they'll know it's the farewell to the show as well.
So I went around and I just started thanking people and talking about how special this group really was. Everybody on the crew, everybody on the writing staff, the producers, the actors, everyone from craft service, everyone, it was like a team effort.
4 years, guys, 4 years of college. Sure. And, I mean, really, think about it. It's just unbelievable. How many times can you look back and say that you love everybody that you're working with? And we can. It's pretty amazing. And every single person that we work with, every single person out here. This has seriously been the greatest experience that I've ever had, and JJ and Matt, are you kidding? I mean, this just doesn't ever happen like this, and I don't know what you guys say to people, but I can't even put it into words. So, I love all you guys, and I don't know. As Noel would say, it's been nice. Nice. I don't know how to end this. I don't want it to end. Do we have enough film for 4 more years? Can I just keep talking? I don't want to. Anyway, let's all raise a glass and pretend we're toasting to a happy couple and toast to 4 years that we'll always have together. We always see each other. We'll always talk about it. Love you guys.
Yes.
I tried to be as eloquent as I possibly could and keep it together. It was really, really hard, and you can see in those shots that I'm just so emotional. Scott Speedman, who is a great guy, doesn't really show, just like most of us, doesn't really show that much emotion when it comes to, that kind of stuff, bonding or whatever. Broke down. Everybody broke down. It was like this love fest, It's a weird thing. It's a strange thing. It's like working on a movie, Like, God, we're the greatest friends. We're family. See ya. I'll see you. It's just, I'll see you at the rap party. Or, it's, when you do a show like that, it just, you're so close with these people.
And Foley's really sensitive, emotional person, but he doesn't show it very often. He's very professional, and when he's at work, he's at work. But we just sort of met, and it was just us, and he kind of looked at me, and I looked at him, and he said, this is it. And I said, I know. And I'm, of course, crying. And he was welling up, and I thought, oh, God, he's just such a sweetie softie, like, underneath everything. And by the end of it, we were all hysterical.
I was wrecked. Truly wrecked. And I couldn't believe how emotional I got and how emotional everybody got.
He really spoke from the heart. He was very, you can hear his voice crack at the end of it. He's very touched, and what he's saying is very genuine. And the room was, everybody had come. Matt and JJ had come, and all the writers had come, and people who, usually work off the set had come. And so everybody was there to hear it. And it was like he basically gave this lovely toast to the cast and to all of us as a send-off. It was very moving.
When Greg started getting serious and everybody sort of quieted down and they were all looking and crying, and you hear Greg on the speech get choked up a little, and you just realize, these people spent a lot of time together, and we all were in this sort of like, foxhole together for 4 years just trying to make this the best show we possibly could.
I just had a great time, and I loved getting to meet Matt and JJ. They, are still a big part of my life now, and just what a ride. It was such a trip, and so many great people and great experiences, and in a way, this show really, we spent a lot of time in New York, and that's where I live now, and it's kind of funny. It kind of introduced me back to New York, and what else do I want to say? Just thank you for everyone who watched it, and I had a great time making it.
We've been lucky that we've gotten to work with a lot of the people, in various ways since then, and hope to continue, because I miss everyone on that show.
Oh, yeah, I do too. It's interesting because that is the thing that you don't realize, is that there's something completely artificial about the way college is, the way going away to some experience like that is, and doing a show or a movie is the same thing, where you're together in this sort of pressure cooker situation for this period of time, and you, under those conditions, get very, very close in ways that you wouldn't have otherwise. And it's like that in college, and then it comes just to an end, like you come to a cliff, and it's like, okay, now it's over. And when that happens, it's very powerful.
And so if you look at the final episode, you'll see the last shot, in fact, is her close-up from the pilot. It's the moment where she's just read what Ben has written in the yearbook, and she's kind of overcome. To go back to this sort of key moment in the pilot seemed incredibly satisfying, and emotionally it was just really very, very right.
It would have been nice if the show had gone on for years after, but the fact was, the 4 years, it was sort of perfect, and at the end of it, it just felt like it was the life cycle of that experience, and so it was really wonderful, and it was also, sad to have it go.